Social change. Introduction. The change that occurs in the social structure and the social institutions is known as social change. Along with it, changes occurring in composition of society and its functions is also called social change. Social changes have been seen in social relations, family arrangement, marriage arrangement, in culture, in lifestyle of people, literature, art, music and dance because of westernization, globalization and urbanization, due to which people have become acquainted with each other's culture. Physical objects, means of luxury, use of modern implements and tools, and facilities used in routine life have reached up to rural area. Change has taken place in style of houses of people, in its building and construction. As a result of physical changes in society, living standard of people has improved. Effect of Western culture is evident in the lifestyle. Awareness about law and its need. Because of low literacy rate, lack of knowledge and understanding, people lack information about day-to-day laws in our country. As the people do not have knowledge about law, they violate law, but they are not forgiven from punishment or conviction. So, it has become necessary to give basic understanding and information to every citizen. Why is it necessary to have general knowledge about law? It is very much essential to have general knowledge, information, and understanding of law. People are saved from doing crime and thus saved from punishment, conviction, etc. if they have general knowledge and education regarding law. They can get guidance regarding exploitation and legal steps which could be taken against injustice. They can enjoy constitutional rights, protect individual interests, and may flourish themselves. They can become informed about various legal provisions that have been made for their protection and nourishment. His loyalty towards society, state, and nation increases, so that he may contribute in formation of society. He is not deprived of his right as a citizen and is able to perform his duties. If everybody has proper knowledge of laws, they can lead a life of esteem and pride. Thus, it is essential to have knowledge and understanding of laws. Rights of citizen. None of the common man can make his progress in best way in present social conditions. Rights are the indispensable feature of citizenship. In its Charter of Rights, United Nations has enshrined human rights to all the human beings without any discrimination. It has stated that all the nation of the world should try that all the citizens of the nation get the rights simply and easily. Indian Constitution has given 6 fundamental rights to all the citizens without any discrimination. Fundamental rights of citizens. Right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to religious freedom, cultural and educational right, right to constitutional remedies. If any of the state or nation violates these rights, then in order to protect his constitutional right, citizen has the right to seek justice from High Court or Supreme Court. Citizens have got this right under provisions in right to constitutional remedies. Thus, it is called soul of the Constitution. It is the duty of the judiciary to protect the fundamental rights of the citizens. It should provide simple, cheap, speedy and impressive or appealing judgment. Rights of child. Children are the least protected section in our society. Progress of any nation depends on the overall development of children living in it. If the child will be educated, protected and righteous or virtuous, then he will become a good citizen and will contribute in the development of family, society, and nation. This type of citizens will be a boon for the nation. So child development and child welfare are the preconditions for social development. Because child is like property of the nation, so his upbringing, maintenance or child support and development should be taken carefully and with responsibility. Our primary duty is to take care that the child is physically healthy and able, mentally cheerful, his mental abilities are developed, he becomes a healthy, sensible and responsible citizen by promotion of physical values. The United Nations has proclaimed the rights of children with regard to their development and welfare in its Charter of Rights in 1992. These juvenile rights have been given place in our Constitution. Every child has the right to live without discrimination on the basis of caste, color, language, or nationality. It is the right of the child to get proper upbringing by the parents. A child cannot be separated from the parents without any solid ground. It's a legal right of the child to get education so that he can develop his personality. Every child has the right to healthy life. The child has a right to live life merrily by participating in games and entertainment. Every child has the right to conserve his culture and live amongst his religious community. Every child has right to protect himself against any physical or mental torture, use of narcotic drugs, inhuman purgatory, protection from punishment or fine. Every child has the right to obtain security and proper standard of living for its physical, mental, moral and social development. Right for protection against exploitation. Children are very sensitive. To injure a child deliberately or accidentally, physical punishment or threatening, bitter speech or use of abusive language for insulting, or publicly humiliating, sexual harassment, excessive battering, etc., physical and mental or both type of violence are considered to be child abuse. It is learnt from newspapers, TV, or other mass media that children are becoming victims of exploitation by their blood relatives, kin, close friends, neighbors, close acquaintance or parents. So, it is our duty that whenever we become aware about any physical signs of injury or by his behavior, we should immediately help the child to get appropriate medical treatment. Generally, the exploited child hesitates to reveal information about harassment because of fear, threat or shame, hesitation or fear of social infamies, and keeps on bearing exploitation. So parents should develop confidence in child, and by taking child into confidence, legal steps should be taken on the basis of truth, facts, in order to see that the person responsible gets punishment. The child who has suffered from exploitation or torture should be treated with disdain or neglection by society or friends, should rather be treated with warmth, affection, and condolences and sympathy. Child labor and neglected child. Child labor is a global problem, existing in every country, which has to be overcome quickly. All the laborers below 14 years of age are called child laborers. According to report of UNICEF, India has the highest number of child laborers in organized and unorganized sector in proportion to its population. In Indian economy, child labor is seen in abundance in all the sectors like hotels, factories, construction field, hazardous jobs such as cracker business or kilns, agriculture sector as field labor, animal husbandry or fishery. It is also seen in service sector as servants, at tea stalls, hotels or dhabas, in garages, in pulling carts, distributing newspapers, picking up plastic or debris, begging or cleaning roads. Reasons for child labor. Condition of child labor is very pathetic in above sectors. This condition is responsible for birth of child offender. There are various factors responsible for child labor like poverty, illiteracy among parents, big family, family requirements, unemployment of adults in family to increase income of the family. For livelihood, those children are forced to do labor who had escaped to cities from home are in search of shelter, orphan or destitute children, or those children who have taken shelter in their relatives' houses, and these relatives force them to do labor in return. They are also forced to do labor in return of food. Reasons for more demand of child labor. Owner of many industries or businessmen prefer to keep child labor rather than adult. Demand of child labor has increased in manifolds because of following reasons. Child labor is the cheapest factor of production. As compared to adults, more work may be taken from child labor by giving less wages. They are unorganized. Due to lack of organization, they cannot raise their voice or cannot protest. So, child laborers can easily be exploited in various ways without even their knowledge. In hard and hazardous conditions, work could be taken from them by paying less wages. For assigned work, they are forced to do work for more hours than the scheduled time by threatening or tempting. As child laborer is easily available, so the number is more. Due to lack of educational facilities in the rural area, children are sent to work in order to fulfill requirement of the family at the age of schooling. Parents view them as the more earning hands and send them to work. Thus, in the young age, children are deprived of games, entertainment, rest, childhood, love of parents, warmth, care and education. Some of the children among them get involved in crime in tender age and become criminals. Efforts for abolishing child labor. Many constitutional provisions have been made by the government in order to abolish child labor, child exploitation or abuse. They are as follows. Constitutional provision. No child below 14 years will be employed in a factory or occupation or job. If anybody breaks the law, legal action may be taken against employer. He cannot be exploited in any way in childhood or teenage. He cannot be devoid of moral security and physical comforts. After implementation of Constitution or within 10 years, government will have to arrange free education for children up to 14 years of age. In relation to this, central and state governments have implemented law in 2009 so that children of 6 to 14 age group may get free compulsory education. Protecting the elderly and helpless. The problem of elderly and helpless people is universal. Old age is a natural order. It is the responsibility of the society to think about security and well-being of elderly people. Presently, average age has increased by 4.3 years due to improvement in health-related services, modern medical facilities, medicinal treatment. In the year 2001 to 2005, average lifespan in India was 63.5 years, while it increased to 67.5 years in 2015. In India, in the decade 2001 to 2011, the number of elderly people has increased by 2.75 crore. According to one estimate, the number of elderly women was 5.28 crore in 2011, while the number of elderly men was 5.11 crores. The highest number of elderly people are in Arunachal Pradesh. In Gujarat, the number of elderly people is approximately 35 lakhs. Because of increasing population of elderly people and increase in average lifespan, social and physical problems are coming up. Due to the influence of Western culture and urge to live in nuclear family, children are forgetting ethical responsibilities towards elderly people, values and culture. Elderly people are compelled to live in old age homes due to lack of sensitization. In order to attract attention of people towards problems of elderly people, UN has announced year 1999 as the International Elderly Year. Along with it, every year, 1st October is celebrated as World Elderly People Day at the international level. The following steps have been taken by the government for safety and security of elderly people. In 1999, the government evolved the national policy for the senior citizens, according to which elderly people are given pension. Under various schemes for elderly people, they are given more interest on the amount deposited by them in post office or bank. Male and female are given 30 to 50% discount or concession in bus, railway or air tickets. State government has opened old age home with grand facilities in every district. In the cities, gardens have been developed for them. It tries to bring peace in their life through music, yoga, games or mental activities. Government has implemented Parents and Senior Citizens Care and Welfare Related Law in 2007 to protect them from domestic violence, exploitation or abuse. Under this, provision has been made to punish those children who harass them. The responsibility of taking care of elderly people is of their family and relatives. They have the right to get maintenance from the children. Central government has implemented the program to honor senior citizens in return for their contributions. Antisocial activities. Such an individual or group activity or behavior which is against rules proposed by laws in the society is called antisocial activity. We often see some criminal or antisocial or restricted activities in the society like murder, theft, kidnapping, robbery, cheating, rape, immoral trading of girls and women, trickery, and cybercrime, etc., which is called blue-collar crime. On the other side, white-collar crimes are prevalent in the society like bribery, corruption, tax evasion, hoarding, adulteration, land encroachment, black marketing. Corruption is a global problem. According to the definition given by the World Bank, corruption means the misuse of the public position for personal benefits. Thus, corruption originates due to misuse of status and power by the people. Corruption is prevalent in some of the public and private sectors of Indian society. People involved in corruption, the giver and the taker, both are guilty and worthy to be punished. Corruption in our country and foreign country. Conduct of corruption is seen in diverse forms. It is in the form of giving and taking money, gifts and presents in the form of costly ornaments or things or foreign trips, partial behavior, influencing decision, favoring relatives and friends. Corruption has adverse effects on economy or society, which are as follows. Because of corrupt behavior, there is degradation in the moral values and social policy regulation. Problem of black money originates in economy, which is a hindrance in the development of the country. Trust of people on laws of state judicial process, government and administration system dealings. Honest people experience more frustration and disappointment. Injustice and disparity in income originates, which results into class struggle. So human rights are violated. Due to corruption, morality and national character are at risk. Fall of the level of economic system Steps to curb corruption. The following are the steps to curb corruption. Central Anti-Bribery Bureau was established in 1964. Its chief function is to investigate the allegation against the government official who are involved in corruption. Corrupt people are caught by it red-handed and are punished by them. This is a separate department of the government of Gujarat. Its headquarters is in Shahi Bagh, Ahmedabad. If common people have any corruption-related problem, they may call on helpline toll-free number 1800-2334-4444. To stop corruption, Indian government formulated Anti-Corruption Act 1988. Objective of it is to provide clean public life and to stop misuse of position or power. It is compulsory for every public servant, high official, politician to declare information regarding their property before assuming the post. If the property of a person increases more than his appropriate income during his working tenure, it is considered as an offence and punishment may be announced for him. In such cases, government confiscates such property. Right to Information 2005 and Citizens Charter have been issued, with the help of which the government employees have to promise to complete administrative work in stipulated time period by eliminating delay in their own working area and the work under their power, and to make the administration transparent and simple. Recently, central government has enacted Black Money Act 2005, in which corruption is regarded as crime. Other than this, changes have been made in FEMA, Foreign Exchange Management Act, Money Laundering Act, as well as in Section 132 of Customs Act. Efforts have been made to curb corruption and find black money by appointing Lokpal and Lokayukt in each state. Gujarat Vigilance Commission Gandhinagar has undertaken departmental investigation for the corruption and misuse of power by government officials. Right to Information Act 2005. On 15th June 2005, central government had enacted Right to Information Act. It is applied to all the states of India except Jammu and Kashmir. This act is not applicable to secret services of the country, institutions dealing security and safety, institutions promoting unity and integrity, and foreign ambassador's office. On 5th October 2005, according to the above legislative provisions, Gujarat government has implemented the rules regarding Gujarat Right to Information Act 2005. The base of this legislative has been to acquire transparent, clean, simple and quick administrative operations and to seek public cooperation in it. According to the provision of this legislative, any citizen may approach higher official of the department and ask questions to get proper information about his pending work or implementation of schemes or for success or status of public-oriented work. How to obtain information? As per this right, applicant has to pay fixed fee, presently ₹20, in cash or postal order or pay order or non-judicial stamp, along with application format in order to get information. This application may be self-signed, typed or in the form of email to the concerned department. Person from the family included in the BPL list doesn't have to pay any fee or charge for copy. There is no need to mention why information has been asked for. Concerned Assistant Public Information Officer APIO gives a copy of receipt of the received application to the applicant after putting serial number or ID number in the application. After that, whatever correspondence has to be made regarding application, ID number has to be mentioned in that. APIO will give direction within 30 days of accepting application for acquiring information. If any copy is demanded by the applicant, then it could be obtained by paying fixed fee or charge decided according to the legislative. APIO may refuse to give information as per legislative. If the required information affects the sovereignty of the country or influences national interest and security, or is related to secret issues, or leads to contempt of court, or is in connection with scientific secrets, or promotes crime, then. Provisions for appeal. If the concerned department does not extract the information within 30 days or refuses to give information, then offended applicant may appeal to Public Information Officer PIO within 30 days of rejection. For this, applicant doesn't have to pay any stipulated fee. If within the stipulated time period the decision of the first appeal does not come or the applicant is refused to be given required information, the offended applicant may make an appeal to State's Chief Information Officer within 90 days. Provisions for fine. If any information officer refuses to give information without giving reasonable grounds or hides information with ill intention or intentionally gives improper or incorrect, misleading information or destroys information, the concerned information officer is fined fixed charges per day for delay in providing information. For any query, special information, guidance related to use of Right to Information Act, first time in the country, helpline number 99240-85000 has been started, which helps us all the days in working hours except public holidays. In addition to this, civil rights letter has been declared, due to which a deadline is fixed for the solution in the concerned offices, with the help of which status of the application may be inquired. The Gujarat government has started Common Service Portal on which a citizen may apply online, verify documents and make payments for about 28 services and may inquire the status of application 24/7 hours. This act is a revolutionary step to put off corruption. Right to Free and Compulsory Education 2009. Central government implemented law regarding right to free and compulsory education for children in 2009. As per this law, Gujarat government proclaimed law regarding right to free and compulsory education on 18th February 2012. What is the need of this law? According to the 86th Amendment in Indian Constitution, primary education has been made free and compulsory for all the children of age group 6 to 14 years. This is a prominent step in the direction of developing human capabilities of children. With the objective of physical, mental, and all-round development of children, necessary educational opportunities have been created and which also meet the demand of qualitative primary education. Keeping in mind education and health of the children, schooling facilities and physical facilities, specific norms have been set under this law, and accordingly, classroom, laboratory, pure drinking water, electricity, arrangement of midday meal, and quality and qualification of teachers, and standard of recruitment provision for grant given to the schools have been fixed, which are as follows. According to this law, every child between the age group of 6 to 14 should get admission in the school close to his locality. Children who do not have birth certificate as age proof cannot be refused admission in the school by anybody. Although the child may have attained 14 years of age, and if he has not completed primary education, in such cases he could be imparted free education. At the time of admission, the age of the child should be 6 years, and if he doesn't have birth certificate, then hospital records, age-related affidavit of parents should be taken as age proof for admission. All the students should be given admission without discrimination. Any kind of fees like capitation fees, admission fees, or any other type of deposit cannot be taken. At the time of admission, interviews of children or parents should not be taken. Admission should not be given on the basis of income or educational qualification or capabilities of parents. Any kind of admission test of parents should not be taken. For the education of children of age 3 to 5 years, a revolutionary step has been taken for the first time by taking nursery under the law and making rules for special training of preschool teachers, their courses, curriculum, and evaluation. According to this Act, provision has been made for the children of weaker section and backward classes, SCs and STs, who are interested in studying and their families fall in the category of BPL should be given admission in government-recognized private primary schools. As per order, it is compulsory that 25% students of Standard First should be of these sections of the society. School teachers are not allowed to take private tuitions. All the underqualified teachers of the school should obtain academic qualification within 5 years. Any child who has not completed his primary education cannot be terminated from school until being transferred. In the private primary schools, the fees of ST and SC children is paid by the government as per fixed conditions. For the compliance of provisions of this law, a scheduled management, tribunal or state council has been provisioned. For the breach of this Act, the director of the school may be fined or recognition of the school can be terminated. National Food Security Act 2013, RTF 2013. Food security means every person gets nutritious food for remaining active and for healthy life and procurement of food. This bill was implemented on 5th July 2013 by central government. Objective of Food Security Bill: to satisfy the demands of food of the increasing population of the country, other than this, ensuring quality and quantity of food and providing it at low rate. To curb malnutrition among people and children, important steps should be taken and encouragement should be given to increase production of nutritious food. To make public distribution system PDS very strong, transparent and simple. To provide food security to the families, those who are in the top order of Antyodaya Yojana and BPL list, and to stipulate nutritious food in proper quantity and at concessional rate. To help the pregnant women and feeding mothers to get nutritious food. Some legislative provisions. According to this Act and Ma Annapurna Yojana, to the needy, middle-class poor families of urban and rural areas are provided grain at subsidized rate. The Antyodaya families are given 35 kilograms of grains free of cost. As per this law, beneficiaries can buy wheat at Rs 2 per kg, rice at Rs 3 per kg, and coarse grain at Rs 1 per kg in fixed quantities and fixed time. Good quality grain is provided under public distribution system on fixed conditions. At the time of maternity, central government would pay Rs 6,000 as help to mother. According to this bill, food security allowance would be given to the beneficiary in place of grains. As per this Act, every month, sugar, iodized salt, kerosene and edible oil twice a year are provided at subsidized rates by Gujarat government to Antyodaya and BPL families through ration shops. State governments would update list of rich or leading families and improve upon and list of these families on the name of women in family, will be publicly displayed in Gram Panchayat, Gram Sabha, Ward Sabha, e-Gram or Fair Price shops or Office of Executive Magistrate, website of Supply Department. Steps like biometric identity, Epic card, barcode, ration card or food coupons and taking image with web camera have been started to improve and strengthen public distribution system in order to make distribution system corruption-free. Under this bill, internal complaint preventive mechanism has to be set up. With a view to removal of complaints, nodal officer has to be appointed for regulation and control of grain distribution system. For the purpose of complaining, Rajya Anna Ayog to be set up in state and food commissioner has to be appointed. Thus, under various provisions of National Food Safety Act, as per Ma Annapurna Yojana, approximately 3.62 crore needy citizens are provided grain at concessional rate. Such type of welfare schemes have been implemented by the state government.